I've been playing Wuthering Waves for the past few weeks. When the game launched a few years back, I actually made an account and didn't even finish the tutorial. I was a little bit too swamped with MMOs at the time and other games that I was interested in. But now I have a lot more free time and the games I play don't take up more than like an hour of my time every day. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna play
Wuthering Waves.
They got the new 3.0 patch and it seems like a good time to hop in. So immediately I have to confess, I have a pretty big problem with this game, and it's the fact that I can't pull for Chang Li. I know she's not really meta right now. She's just gonna get constantly power crept as the game goes on. But when I looked at character design in Wuthering Waves, I immediately thought Chang Li was the best character I have ever seen in a gacha or any anime type game. And you know what? You guys that are always like waifu over meta, I thought you were naive, but I get it. I get it. So as much as I want to hoard pulls and hope for a Chang Li banner someday, I decided against it, but hopefully her banner does rerun in the future and I can just pull at least one for the waifu, you know? I played for about a week and a half before I decided to start recording footage, and in that time I had already completed all of the 1.x content. But I will say, after completing it all, I do really like it. I like the zone, I like the simplicity of it, I like the characters, the aesthetics. It's all nice. I like the kind of minimalist, kind of barren zones of 1.x. I'm currently playing through Renesita, and I have been through the newest zone. I don't remember exactly what it's called. And while I do really like Renesita, it's very pretty. The game runs terribly. I don't know why, but I can appreciate the simplicity of the early zones. I especially love Hanzhou. The music there is very serene, it's calming, it's appropriate. And I always feel drawn to snow and mountains. So this area was exactly the kind of stuff that I enjoy. The aesthetics of this game can be very striking sometimes, and I really do enjoy just exploring the world. And my god, I was so happy when I could finally fly. I played for far too long before I realized you could just unlock the ability to fly, and it was a total game changer. The combat is fast and fluid, and I really like it. It can be a bit chaotic at times, especially with some of the newer characters. They're just so flashy, and I've been playing Lene, and just her roller skating around can get a bit wild, especially in tighter combat zones. But at least the camera and auto aim is pretty reliable. I've never really been the biggest fan of the character swapping kind of combat, but I'm a min-maxer at heart, so I know that I'm going to obsess over it later on when it actually becomes something you have to do more frequently. My first 5-star was Encore.
Wooly sense is tingling.
I lost a 50-50 for Lene, so I used Encore for a little while, and she was pretty simple. My mind was blown when I saw that you could use your heavy attack and then swap to a different character and she'll still be casting it afterwards. I haven't looked up much about this game, so just finding out little optimizations like that is kind of fun. But eventually I did pull for Lene again, and I managed to get 2 copies of her in a single 10 pull, so that kind of made up for losing my very first 50-50 in this game. I was kind of annoyed to learn that you need to go to later zones to get materials to upgrade the newest characters, and I didn't want to like spoil any story stuff, so I didn't want to go to the 3rd zone to get materials to use Lene, so I just ended up not using her for a very, very long time. I only just started recently using her like a few days ago when I was just like, all right, I'm really bored of using Encore and Rover and Baija. I want to actually use this character that I pulled for. I didn't really have too much story spoiled, but I would have liked if you could just go to the zone, no story tied to it at all, and just like pick up the materials. Wait, hang on. Does this kid even have a driver's license? But I do appreciate the fact that you can just skip to it and go get what you need, even if it did take me a while to figure that out. I really like that the daily grind isn't too bad. It doesn't take long to do all your dailies, at least what I have access to, and there aren't too many weeklies to worry about. And the best part about doing dailies in a game is that if you enjoy the gameplay, it's whatever. Like, you want to play the game, so you don't mind doing the dailies. The dailies are nice. It's like, yay, I finally get to do content. And I know that's not like something that's always the case. Trust me, I know. But for now, I don't mind the dailies. I like just going around killing stuff. I like exploring. I like I like finding all the chests. It's a nice break from just doing endless cutscenes in the main story. Gosh, they are a bunch of yappers. Most of my play sessions for the past couple of days have been recording footage of just the main story stuff, and it's just like 30 plus minutes of uninterrupted cutscenes. I'm just like, I just want to play the game. I want to kill things. The cinematics in this game are like top quality, like really striking visuals, very smooth. Just all of the character design in general is just really high quality. It almost makes up for the fact that, you know, stories are just like 30 minutes of dialogue and then a cutscene and then like fight a couple of enemies and then another 30 minutes of cutscenes and dialogue. But you know, whatever. There's plenty of other things to do in the game where you can do combat. So if I'm going to be watching cutscenes for a long time, at least they're good. As for the story, it's okay. I'm not really engaged in the story as much as I am engaged in like the interactions between the characters and learning about their personalities, and I just appreciate really good voice acting. Like, I was super excited when I met Carlotta and heard that it was Jennifer English voicing her, because I am a massive Jennifer English fan.
I'm also God's favorite princess and the most interesting girl in the world.
I spent like 500 hours in Baldur's Gate just having Shadowheart in my party, so I'm very accustomed to hearing her voice, and I'm happy to see her in like all aspects of games. Like I didn't know that she was in like a gacha game, and while I don't know the names of a lot of other voice actresses in this game, I really like Chang Li's voice actress, Jinshi, Cantarella, Cardathea. Just so many good performances so far. And just in general, when it comes to gacha games or like any games made by like Eastern developers, I really appreciate when they include not just English voice acting, but like quality English voice acting. It makes stories, even if they're not super engaging, much easier to digest, and it kind of like lessens the fatigue of really long story sections and stuff like that. Like, I can't stand to just do like 30 minutes of reading dialogue and exposition and not having that English voice acting to support it.
Rover! Encore finally got to see you again.
Honestly, I'm usually someone that doesn't like the childlike or the lolly characters or stuff like that. But honestly, I thought Encore was such a hilarious character. Like, she reminds me a lot of Pinocchio from Nikke, who I also really enjoy her personality in that story. But Encore's so funny and like so deadpan. She's so cute. I would kill anyone that tried to harm her. I've yet to meet a character in Wuwa that I have more complaints than praises to talk about. The only thing I don't like about these characters is that it kind of feels like they show up and then they're gone before you really get enough time to appreciate them. I did like that Carlotta had a lot of screen time. I wish Chang Li had some more screen time. You really just have that like half the section of Hangzhou with her and then her companion quest. But I did enjoy the storylines with her. But I get it. With these games, you got to make more characters and you got to give them screen time and you got to sell them to people. But I do like the stories where you kind of have characters that are with you the entire time, because you really get to build up like a bond with them and you can see them grow a lot more. A lot of these characters are very static, which is fine. Static doesn't mean like bad. It just means that their character doesn't grow at all. That what you see is what you get from start to finish. But that's not really the story they're trying to tell here. It's mostly about Rover and the companions you meet along the way. One thing that's nice about coming into this game pretty late is that there is so much content for me to do. I'm gonna be busy for tens, if not hundreds of hours, and I'm gonna have a nice big like backlog of pulls that I can earn before I'm really like starving. I will say I'm very overwhelmed by the skills in this game. What in the hell is all this? Hello? Like, just reading through Linnea's skills and passives and stuff, it's like a novel for every skill. Like, I'm used to paragraphs. I don't know if this is just an issue of over explaining things or there just being too many mechanics, but that's like an issue with every game that adds characters constantly, because they are just trying to make something that doesn't already exist in the game, but you already have so many characters, so you got to do something to make these characters unique. It's a problem that's not unique to Wuwa, but jeez, I have never seen skills with like so much explanation to them. And while I have played Linnea a fair bit now, I feel like I have a good understanding of like how to play her. I don't necessarily understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, or like what is happening underneath the hood of like what I'm doing. I really like getting the most out of my play, but for now I'm just kind of focused on going with the flow and enjoying the game as much as I can without delving into the real nitty-gritty of it. I found the new mechanic, like the tune breaking and the like, I just want to call it like the Dark Souls or Elden Ring riposting, where you just go up to them and like stab them in the chest, do a bunch of damage. I find it a little bit awkward to use in combat. Like you need to attack them before the prompt shows up, so like this can be really awkward when you're swapping characters and you can do the tune break. I'm sorry if I like mess up the actual name of it, but you like can't immediately do it when you swap characters or something like that. Like the prompt will just disappear. I find it really disruptive to the flow of combat, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it. I hope they change it to make it a little bit more streamlined or smooth or something, because like there's been a lot of times during boss fights or something where I can hear the prompt that it's active, and I go and press F to try to do the tune break, and it doesn't actually do it even though it's available, so I got to go up and like hit him with an ability or something and then do it. But yeah, Wuthering Waves is probably like one of the first gachas in a while that I really want to stick with and play like every day. Like every day I'm excited to play some more
Wuthering Waves.
In addition to the other two gacha games I'm playing at the moment, which is Nikke and Silver and Blood. But I do want to expand, so I'm constantly looking for different games to play, and this is just like the first one that's really stuck. And Nikke and Silver and Blood aren't really games that I can play for extended periods of time, daily chores until new content comes out, and that's like a couple of hours of things to do, and then back to the daily grind. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!